serious preacher. Prabhuji, education-wise, Prabhuji has done M.Tech from IIT, and Prabhuji is principal of His Grace Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Ji. As I told you, Prabhuji is very, very serious about the preaching, and that is congregational preaching. So Prabhuji attends Mangal Aarti every day with the family. That's one of the main that what each and every devotee should do. So this is a great example that what Prabhuji is following us and inspiring to a lot of Bhakti Riksha leaders as well as other devotees also. And Prabhuji's I just looked after him for his clarity and practical application of Bhagavad Gita. As I told you, it's a very good in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam as well as Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prabhuji has served in ISKCON Vrindavan also, full time with the family. That is also that from this we can see how much dedication Prabhuji is having, how much seriousness he is having for the preaching. So let us welcome Prabhuji. We chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and we welcome His Grace Sachidanand Vigraha Prabhuji. Now we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much for your kind words, bro. So today is a very auspicious appearance of Lord Narsimha. So generally on the appearance of Lord, we sing Dashavatara Stotram. I don't know how many of you are aware. If you have a song app, can you open Dashavatara Stotram? It starts with Pralaya Payodi Jale. Okay, if you have opened, we can start singing. Pralaya Payodi Jale. Someone is there to play Mridanga. Pralaya Payodi Jale Dhritavana Siveram Nihita Vahitra Charitra Madedam Pralaya Payodi Jale Dhritavana Siveram Nihita Vahitra Charitra Madedam Keshavadita Dina Sharira Jaya Jagarisha Hare Jaya Jagarisha Hare Jaya Jagarisha Hare Keshavadita Dina Sharira Keshavadita सरसिनि शुभदेहि पति दशमुखमूर्ति बलि रमणीयम् केशवगीता राम शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश शिवपुति विषदेवसनं अलहति केशवगीता हरहरयोगा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश Dev Kali वेदानुद्धरते जगन्ति वहते भूगोलमुद्बिभ्रते दैत्यं धारयते बलिं चलयते क्षत्रक्षयं कुर्वते औलस्त्यं जयते हलं कलयते कारुण्यमातन्वते म्लेच्छान्मूचयते दशकृति कृते कृष्णाय तुभ्यं नमः हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे राम हरे हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की अंतरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की समर्पण भगवान की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय So today being the appearance of Lord Narsimha, so we'll read from 7th canto, 8th chapter and 17th shloka. This is a very nice verse. If you have, you can open other 7th canto, 8th chapter, 17th shloka. 7.8.17. Satyam vidatum nijapratyavashitam vyaptin cha bhuteshu akileshu chatmanah adrishyatatyadbhutarupamudvahan स्तम्भे सभायं न मृगं न मानुषम्
स्तम्भे सभायानुगुणं
सत्यं विधातुं निजभृत्यभाषितं
सत्यं विधातुं निजभृत्यभाषितं
व्याप्तिं च भूतेष्वखिलेषु चात्मनः अदृश्यतात्यद्भुतरूपमुद्वहन् स्तम्भे सभायं न मृगं न मानुषम् Any Prabhu wants to receive?
सत्य विधातु निजभृत्य भाषित व्याप्ति उच्चभूते किलेषु चाम्ना अदृष्टताते धृतरूपमोद्यम् स्तम्भे सभायान मृगन मानुषम्
Any Mataji would like to receive? This is little tongue twister. Anyone would like to? Okay.
सत्यं विधातुं निजभृत्यभाषितं व्याप्तिं च भूतेषु अखिलेषु चात्मनः स्तम्भे सभायां मृगं
So to a translation Prabhupada by His Divine Grace, Presi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. To prove that the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial, in other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. Purport. When Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad Maharaj, "Where is your Lord? Is he present in this pillar?" Prahlad Maharaj fearlessly replied, "Yes, my Lord is present everywhere." Therefore, to convince Hiranyakashipu that the statement of Prahlad Maharaj was unmistakably true, the Lord appeared from the pillar. The Lord appeared as half lion and half man, so that Hiranyakashipu could not understand whether the great giant was a lion or a human being. To substantiate Prahlad's statement, the Lord proved that his devotee, as declared in Bhagavad Gita, is never vanquished. Kaunteya pratijanehi name bhakta pranashati. Prahlad Maharaj's demoniac father had repeatedly threatened to kill Prahlad, but Prahlad was confident that he could not be killed, since he was protected by the Supreme Lord. By appearing from the pillar, the Lord encouraged his devotee, saying in effect, "Don't worry, I am present here. I am present here." By manifesting his form as Narsimha Deva, the Lord also preserved the truth of Lord Brahma's promise that Hiranyakashipu was not to be killed by any animal or any man. The Lord appeared in a form that could not be said to be fully a man or a lion. Om Jnana Janam Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swavadantikam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Charine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashranta Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, welcome you all for this special Sunday Fish program. Today is the Narsimha Chaturdashi, appearance of Lord Narsimha. I am glad to be among all of you today. Actually, I came here many times, especially during the time of Gurujan Prabhu's japa sessions. So, I am grateful to you all of you have invited me today. So, please bless me today so that I can render this service to please Srila Prabhupada and Lord Narsimha. So, you have given me a great opportunity today. That iha yasya hare dasya karmana manasa gira nikhila swapi avastasu jivan muktasa uchyate. So, iha yasya hare dasya. In this material world, who serves Lord Hari? Hare dasya. By what? Service means there should be some practical action. Right? Madhvacharya used to say, devotee means Hari Karya Sadhaka. What does it mean? Hari Karya Sadhaka. Means Hari Karya, one who accomplishes the Hari Karya is actually what? Is a devotee. So, here is a Hare Das. A servant of the Lord means what? There should be some practical action. Of course, behind the practical action there are certain feelings, emotions are also there. But no one can say, I am serving you, my Lord. Or like no, mother cannot say, I am serving you, child, but no practical action. So, but how do we serve Krishna? Karmana manasa gira. By body, by speech, by mind. These three things. That's why we also wear three rounds of Kantimala. For what? To reaffirm or to remember every day that, oh Krishna, I want to serve you, my Lord, with manasa vacha karmana. So, how do we serve? By action. We come to temple, we cleanse the temple hall, we cook for the Lord, we plug flowers to make a garland. So many ways we do. By speech, you have given me an opportunity to glorify. Here, like Prabhupada has given a system that everyone has to glorify Krishna. So, yeah. So maybe there's any separate session for children? Oh, to sit in the side. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I also have a 3-year-old daughter, Subhadra. I can understand. If it is becoming difficulty, so if everyone is not able to hear, then what we used to do generally, what I heard from devotees is either we go towards the end and then hear, so that no one else be disturbed. Because in this purport, Lord is saying, I am here. I am here. When the Lord is here, we cannot be. We cannot. So no problem. So we also used to do like that. So we have to be very attentive. Lord is here, and Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. When Lord is here, we have to be very careful. We have to be very attentive. You will see that. Oh, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, they were afraid in front of Lord Narsimha. It's very difficult to get that mood because none of us actually we feel or experience that Lord Narsimha is there. And I will complete this, I will come back. Of course, today Lord Narsimha is going to appear in one of the universes. So that's a very, very special day. So, Karmana Manasa Gira. By mind, how do we serve the Lord? By mind, we think of the Lord, we remember the Lord. Thinking, feeling, willing. We also plan for services of the Lord. then what will happen if we do like that? Even while we are in this material world, we can become Jivan Mukta, we can become liberated. So that's why I am thankful to the devotees here, management here, for giving me an opportunity to use my speech in the service of the Lord. Generally, the speech, no, it's very, the tongue has two things, like, either you eat continuously. Nowadays, people don't know what to do. When, just yesterday I came by train, people don't know what to do. Either when they are free, they eat, put something or other. That's why so many things come in the train. And in an airport also, so many things are there. And if I am coming from ACS layout, in ACS layout, of course, you are in a very good place. Not so much allurements are there. We stay in ACS layout, everything, everywhere, so many allurements are there. So either you put something in the mouth or speak. Of course, nowadays we see people don't speak with each other. They're speaking with the mobiles. So they're not speaking. They're with the mobiles. So that's why I'm grateful to all of you for this service. So today is a day when Lord Narsimha in this planetary system appeared many years ago. That is not the reason we celebrate Narsimha Chaturdashi. But we are celebrating also because Lord Narsimha is going to appear today in one of the universes, one of the innumerable universes. The Lord is going to appear. So whatever the verse we have recited, Lord will come out of the pillar today in the evening time. Evening time, Lord will come out today in one of the universes. So Lord's pastimes are eternal. It happens. One or the other pastimes of the Lord happens in one or the other universes. So while we are discussing this, so this pastime is also going on in one of the universes. It's a live. When Sukadeva Goswami was speaking, he was speaking while seeing the pastime of the Lord. He is speaking. This is called samadhi. In the samadhi, in the full absorption, in the samadhi, what happens? The pure devotees of the Lord, they directly see the pastimes of the Lord being enacted. No? That's how. So, Lord has many forms. Lord has many forms. Like today we just sang this Dashavatara Stotra, only 10 forms. But does Lord only have 10 forms? No, unlimited. Ramadimurtishu kala niyamena tishtan nanavataram akaro bhuvaneshu kintu Krishna swayam samabhavat paramabhumanyo govindamadi purusham maham bhajami. The same Govinda, Krishna, appears in so many innumerable incarnations. Rama, Narsimha, Vamana, Varaha, Parshuram. So many incarnations Lord appears there. So, not only 10, or Bhagavatam describes in the 3rd chapter 24 incarnations or 25 incarnations. But how many incarnations are there? Just like a waves in a river are there, that many incarnations are there of the Lordship. So Narsimha means Narasimha, half man, half lion. That's why in this verse it is saying Stambhe Sabha Adrishyata Satyam Vidatu Nijavritya Bhasitam Vyaktincha Bhute Shakileshu Chakana Adrishtaya Atyadbhuta Rupam Udvaham Stambhe Sabhayan Namrugam Namanush. Atyadbhuta Rupam, wonderful form. Why it is wonderful form? Because for the first time Lord appeared half man and half lion. There is really practical thing happened. A person born with half man body and half head as a jackal body, and the people thought this is really abnormal living being. A person, of course, they attacked the person. So you see, we cannot accept that kind of form. And Hiranyakashipu, when he saw that form, he was astonished to see this form because it is beyond his intelligence. Using his intelligence, he tried to come up with all permutations and combinations, and he wanted to cheat God to become immortal. No, he did not expect that such kind of form also exists in this creation. So that's why Atyadbhuta Rupam, very wonderful form of the Lord. So Lord comes in many forms. One of the form is Lord Narsimha. Of course, there is a one particular planet of Lord will be there, Vaikuntha, where Lord Narsimha is a presiding deity. So that's how it will be there. So most of the people, especially in South India and India, everyone knows this pastime. From my childhood, even before coming in touch with ISKCON, how many times I have heard this pastime of Lord Narsimha, Prahlad. Like no, in Andhra Pradesh, the first movie also started with Prahlad. The title of the film is Bhakta Prahlad. We were so fond of that film, so fond of that film. We used to see so many times that film. Actually, the everything, whatever is there, arts, like music, dance, everything, actually is for what purpose? Is to glorify Lord. And that's how they started film. Of course, now the film industry has deviated completely. To that extent, we don't watch films. To that extent, we are not interested in films. We have watched so many, but we are no more interested, or we don't want to see the films, because they're completely away from the main purpose of everything, that is to glorify Krishna. That's why we are not interested. So when for the first time my teacher told me, now don't watch TV, I was thinking how life is possible without TV. Now if I say don't keep the mobile, don't be with the mobile, now everyone will question, how is it possible without mobile? But I still remember that my childhood, that we have lived without mobile. I have gone to engineering college without even mobile. Only while I was growing, the technology also grew, and the addiction to the devices also grew. So now I was just coming from AECS to your Kanamangala center, that I saw a big billboard. We are the ones, we have taken luxury to new heights. This is the caption. You understood? We are the ones. He was telling that that real estate builder is telling, we are the ones, we have taken luxury to new heights. So we are like Lord Narsimha came to kill Hiranyakashipu. What is Hiranyakashipu means? Hiranya means gold, Kashipu means soft bed. Basically it is about luxury. Gold and soft bed is required for what purpose? Sense gratification, for giving us luxury only. Now he is telling, he is taking luxury to new heights, and it is true. Now, like I work for wireless semiconductors, we are working in a artificial intelligence, internet of everything, machine learning. For what reason? To take the sense gratification to the next level. What kind of civilization it is? Now you please tell me. It's a civilization of Hiranyakashipu. It's a atheistic civilization. It's a civilization only meant for the giving comforts to the body, nothing else. And you ask anyone who give comforts to the body, there are so many consequences, health problems, mental problems, crime, so many things are there. Because of this one particular thing, being away from God, only working to give pleasure to the Lord, working to give pleasure to the body, all the problems are there. That's why we are all fortunate here, because of Srila Prabhupada, we have got a platform to come together and discuss these wonderful teachings of the Lord and His devotees. Otherwise, who will speak about the Lord, who will speak about the soul? No one is interested. So once upon a time that, the four Kumaras, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana, Sanat Kumara, I'm just giving a brief background so that we'll get some connection. So they were trying to enter Vaikuntha planet when Lord Narayana is there. They have crossed 6 doors, and 7th door Jaya Vijaya were there. And Jaya Vijaya, what they were doing? They were doing service and they stopped. These four Kumaras, because these four Kumaras, they were naked. Actually, they were the first, after Brahmaji, they were the first beings of this creation. But they never crossed the age of 5 years. So this Jaya Vijaya thought they are someone who is trying to enter Vaikuntha. Of course they stopped, and then sages became angry, and then they cursed, Jaya Vijaya, and then Jaya Vijaya, they were like they were sad, they were distressed. Why they were distressed? Now they will lose an opportunity to serve Krishna personally and also to be away from the Lord. A devotee never wants to be away from the Lord. You know? Paramatma, Atma ki Atma. The soul of the soul is Krishna, and Jaya Vijay don't want to be away from Krishna. So that's why they ask for forgiveness, and then Jaya Vijaya were told, even Lord came there, Lord Narayana personally came there. That's why very famous verse is there, that when these four sages experience transformation in their heart, Tasyaravinda Nayanisya Padaravinda Kinjalka Nishra Tulasi Makaranda Vayu Antagata Swa Vivarena Chakara Tesham Sankshovam Akshara Jusam Apichikta Tanu. They have experienced a transformation in their heart as soon as they smelled the fragrance of the Tulasi which is offered to the Lord. In the experience transformation, they became a pure devotees of the Lord. And of course, Lord said that it is my plan. So we'll come to what is the plan of the Lord there. So finally, the Lord said, either you take 7 birds as my devotees, or you take 3 birds as my enemies. So they said, Krishna, no, we cannot be away from you for 7 long lifetimes. This is fine, we can become your enemies for 3 lifetimes, and then we can remember your service, and we can come back quickly. This is called eagerness to serve the Lord, eagerness to meet the Lord, which is also exhibited by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Antya Leela, he was smashing his head in Gambira. He was saying, Kaha mora prananatha murali vadan, kaha karo kaha pana Rajendra Nandan. Where is Lord Krishna? He used to smash his head. And then he's feeling intense separation from the Lord. So this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give us. The best way to attain the Lord is what? To feel the separation from the Lord, which gopis have experienced that separation. But we cannot do that, because separation can only come when one is attached. For example, a child is there, mother is there. So here we have child. But as soon as the child goes little bit here and there or to school, mother starts experiences that, seeing the shoes of the child, what my child is doing, whether child is safe or not, whether child is hungry or not. Why? Because he is attached to the child. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to tell us that when we are attached to the Lord, the next phase of attachment to the Lord is you feel separation from the Lord. That's why Jaya Vijay were feeling separation from the Lord. They said, no, we cannot accept 7 lifetimes. We will only accept 3 lifetimes, even though we may be your enemies. So that means in the service of the Lord, devotee can be willing to accept adverse situation also. So service is not a favorable situation always. If you see our salted bread, the Russian devotees have gone through such adversities. So that means what we can understand is, in the process of devotional service, devotees are willing to take up adverse situation also to serve Lord. This is called love. In the love, mother can risk for child. So similarly, a devotee risks for Krishna. And Prahlad Maharaj has risked his life for Krishna. No, he has risked his life for Krishna. That's why Hiranyakashipu is asking, is your Lord is there in the pillar? Everyone is literally afraid of Hiranyakashipu in the entire kingdom, and everyone is singing, chanting, Om Namo Hiranyakashipuaya Namaha. That's how they were all chanting the names of Hiranyakashipu. Anyone doesn't chant, they'll be put into jail. So he's so powerful. Even demigods, Indra, Varuna, Chandra, they were all in line. In his throne, there are steps are there. All should stand in a line. So that's so powerful, Hiranyakashipu. Everyone used to be afraid of Hiranyakashipu. But one small child, Prahlad is fearless. Whatever Hiranyakashipu did, Yatana Mrityu Hetave. Hiranyakashipu asked his soldiers, put him under the elephants, Have you seen any elephant? Even you cannot go to the near elephant. He was put among the elephants, but elephant could not do anything. He was given poison, deadly poison. Still he drank. Nothing happened. He was like in Vizag, this past time happened. That he was thrown into the ocean. Nothing happened. And then lions. Nothing happened. Fire. Holika, like we celebrate Holi. Holika, he was put into that. Nothing happened. Can you imagine? Everyone is afraid of Hiranyakashipu, but one child, 5 years old, he was not afraid. What is that? What is that is making him so fearless? That means he even transcended death. To that, Prahlad, Hiranyakashipu is asking, is your Lord is there in this pillar? Yes. He's seeing the Lord personally in the pillar. When the question was asked by Hiranyakashipu, he became fearless. So people become fearful of small things. What will happen if my job goes away? What will happen if I was just interacting with young boy, third engineering 4th year boy. So he has some girlfriend and girlfriend left. He said that I don't want you now. So now what he's saying is depressed. He wanted to he told me that he had a suicidal tendencies also. He is unable to remember anything except his girlfriend. I was thinking such a wonderful thing he is experiencing, but that has to be just overtime to Krishna. The gopis also experience the same thing. What gopis have experienced? They are seeing this Brahmara and they are saying, are you messenger of Lord? Hey, you cheater, get lost from here. So you are also going to cheat us. Just like Krishna cheated us by leaving us. Even though we loved Krishna so much, Krishna left us mercilessly. So you must be the messenger. No, please go away. So gopis were experiencing same thing. They also wanted to suicide, but they were not able to, because only one hope they have. What is that hope they had? Krishna may come anytime. If Krishna comes and if we don't survive, what will happen to Krishna? This is called Krishna consciousness. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to taught us. So for small things, people go to the suicidal tendencies. Prahlad, nothing happened to him. Don't you think being Krishna conscious is such a wonderful opulence? If we are really Krishna conscious, nothing can touch us in this material world. Nothing can make us fearful. Nothing can make us worry about anything. Bhagavad Gita says, Yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tatha yasmin sthito na dukkena gurunapi na vichalite. Once after being Krishna conscious, what will happen? Even gurunapi, the greatest danger may come in life, but still he will pass that greatest danger with smile in his face. That's why we just now celebrated His Holiness Kadamba Kanand Swami Maharaj Vyas Puja. During his last days, he was telling to his spiritual master that, so his spiritual master was telling that now you need not to chant. What is he telling? Only don't give me that order. Only don't give me that order. So he was telling why? Because he's experiencing the touch with the Supreme Lord Krishna. Only that kind of person can say, I cannot live without Krishna now. No, we cannot say that. No, we cannot live without mobile. That much we can say. But these great devotees can say, I cannot live without Krishna. Every day we are singing, right? Shikshashtakam, Yugaitam Nimeshena, Chakshusha, Prabhushaitam, Shunyaitam, Jagat Sarvam, Govinda Viradename. The moment appears like a 12 years. This is what gopis experienced, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Vijaya. So finally Jaya Vijaya came, and of course this is the plan of the Lord. What is the plan of the Lord? Plan of the Lord is, he had a desire. What is his desire? Desire to fight. So what Bhagavad Gita says in 4th chapter, Krishna, what in Bhagavad Gita Krishna says 4th chapter, why Krishna appears? यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. But actually this is only external reason. Krishna doesn't come to kill the demons. Krishna can send COVID and kill all the demons. No, Krishna can inspire a little terrorist in Pakistan and he can bring a war in the entire world. To kill a demons, especially in the Kali Yuga, is not so difficult. Why? We are like, no, everyone is afraid of nuclear bomb. If one place nuclear bomb is thrown, that's it, gone. It's like, it's not like Brahmastra, but it's very powerful. That's why people are worried. So you see, for killing Hiranyakashipu, do you think a Lord has to come? Lord Narsimha doesn't have to come. Lord Narsimha comes for a specific reason. So this is like exactly the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We have just done with just we have celebrated Gaur Purnima. We have discussed external and internal reasons for appearance of Lord Chaitanya. Here also, Lord Narsimha, externally it appears that he came to kill Hiranyakashipu. Externally it appears to kill Hiranyakashipu, but that is not the real reason. So that is not the real reason. So here, like whatever the verse we discussed, so Sukadeva Goswami is telling, actually this is what Narad Muni is telling. Satyam vidatum nijabhritya bhashitam. For what reason? Nijabhritya bhashitam. To make the words of his pure devotee Prahlad, to make that statement true, he came. Not only Prahlad Maharaj, even Brahmaji gave the word to Hiranyakashipu. Brahmaji is also a devotee of the Lord. To make that to fulfill that, to make that promise, Krishna comes. You see, once a devotee gives a promise, Krishna is in worry. Devotee is carefree, but Supreme Lord is in stress. How to make the words of my devotee true, Satyam. How to make the statement true. That's why Krishna asked Arjuna, you make a statement. Kaunteya pratijanehi name bhakta prashyati. My devotees will never be perished. This is the statement Krishna asked Arjuna, because someone may say Krishna may sometimes lie also. But Krishna asked Arjuna, because when Arjuna, being a devotee of the Lord, says that statement, now Krishna cannot escape from fulfilling. That's why Krishna came to even save Prahlad. So, but what is the main reason? So Chaitanya Charitamrita says a very interesting thing. Anusanga karma yai asura marana yai lagi avatara kahi se mula karana. He's telling, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is telling, asura marana, for the killing of the demons, that is not the mula karana, it is not the primary reason. But what is the primary reason? Lord developed a desire to fight. So this is something interesting. Oh, Lord also develops a desire to fight. Lord also has some desire which he wants to fulfill. Yes, Lord also has a desire. These Mayavadis cannot accept. For Mayavadis, Lord is ultimately Nirakar. Nirakar. Lord is ultimately is not a person. Lord doesn't have a form. Lord doesn't have desires. That's why Prabhupada used to left and right, condemn Mayavad. So what is the one of the prayer we offer? Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi. What is Nirvishesha? What is Prabhu has told Mayavad? What is Nirvishesha? What is Nirvishesha? You see, Vishesha means what? Special. But Sanskrit also has many meanings. Vishesha means variety. Nirvishesha means no variety. No variety means no form, no emotions, no desire, nothing. Lord is desireless, ultimately formless. Form. We have a form, we have some desire. A stone, formless. How? A light will have some desires. So that's why Prabhupada has preached against Mayavad and Shunyavad in Western countries. But here we see Lord has developed a desire to fight. This is very, very interesting. Lord wants to fight. That's why, but this one of the purpose, Prabhupada gives a very, very, very nice, because Krishna is the source of everything. It is that Janmadhyasya itarata shatesh abhigna swarat. Krishna is the source of everything. That means the propensity to fight also comes from Krishna. And Krishna wanted to fight. But can Krishna fight with any ordinary mosquito? He cannot fight. He needs a strong opponent. Right? Like that's why when Bhima, Krishna and Arjuna went in front of Jarasandha and in the disguise of Brahmanas, and then they begged for fight with Jarasandha, and then they revealed their form. Jarasandha said, okay, whatever you want I will give. And when they have revealed, then Krishna said, is myself Krishna, Arjuna and Bhima. And then what happened? Jarasandha said, I cannot fight with Krishna, I cannot fight with Arjuna, I can only fight with Bhima. I want equal opponent. You see, fighting means equal opponents. Pakistan cannot fight with India, right? Of course, not in the sense that because I am born in India, India is great. So because India is also so degraded now. Why? Why it is degraded? Here we have such a wonderful wealth. Instead of encouraging everyone to take up this wealth, now we are using our income tax return, everything for making our warfare strong. It is required, definitely it is required, but that should not be the Moola Karana. And the Moola Karana is what? When a reporter asked Prabhupada in London, what did he ask? Why did you come, Prabhupada, to London? Prabhupada said, you have taken everything but you forgot to take one thing. I came to give you that thing. That is Bhagavad Gita. So, this is the important thing, that is the important business of Indians. And definitely to practice this, we need a protection of the body also. That should be the Moola Karana. Just like Krishna does not come to kill the demons, that is not a Moola Karana. It's not a primary reason, it's a secondary reason. So similarly, the primary reason, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu already said, Bharata Bhumite Janma Sarthakari Karo Parupakar. So definitely they have done a wonderful job. But what primary duty we should take up? Preaching this Krishna consciousness. When we preach Krishna consciousness, what will happen? Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Everything comes under one umbrella, then there is no fight at all. Everyone will live. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu demonstrated this principle in Jharkhand, that lions, deer, snakes, everyone came together and danced. So, if anything that can save this world, that can be saved by Krishna consciousness movement. So we should take pride in that. And we should take more seriously this thing, Krishna consciousness, and then we should perfect our lives. While we are in the process of perfecting, we should also tell others. Then this can only save the human society. Lord has desired to fight. Then what happened? Lord needed a proper opponent. So, Lord cannot fight with, Lord cannot do anything with someone who is not a devotee. So, Lord has chosen what? Whom? Jaya and Vijaya. That's why Jaya and Vijaya has to come. Lord has a desire to fight. This is one of the internal reason. What is another reason? He is, every day we sing Pralada Lada Namaste Narasimhaya Pralada Lada Daine. Krishna came to give pleasure to Pralad. This is the reason. But what Krishna demands in Bhagavad Gita? Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram surudam sarvabhutanam jnatva mam shantam yukshati. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. Krishna is telling, I am the enjoyer. So everything is meant for the enjoyment of the Krishna. Everything is meant for the pleasure of Krishna. Also in the 9th chapter, Krishna also says, Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhoktacha prabhu revacha. Krishna is telling, I am the bhokta, I am the enjoyer. You cannot be the enjoyer. A living entity is not the enjoyer. So you see, on one hand, Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita that I am the enjoyer, bhokta. But now, why Lord Narsimha came? Lord Narsimha came to give enjoyment to Prahlad. Don't you think these two are contradictory? On one side, he is asking us to give him enjoyment, but on the other side, Krishna came to give pleasure to his devotee Prahlad. So, this is a very wonderful formula. If we are trying to enjoy, seek pleasure independent of the Lord, what will happen? As we are hankering after the pleasure will keep on goes away from us. Just like in a desert mirage, it appears there is a water. When we try to catch the water, what will happen? There is no water. So similarly, what will happen? The more we try to seek happiness in this material world independent of the Lord, the more happiness will run away from us. Rather, if we follow this formula, the more we try to please Krishna, give him pleasure, give him enjoyment, what will happen? The enjoyment will also run towards us. But Krishna comes to give pleasure. This is a wonderful formula. We need not to work so much in this material world to be happy. We have to work hard to give pleasure to Krishna. Then what will happen? Whatever pleasure we are seeking, as Hiranyakashipu, a tiny Hiranyakashipu in the form of gold, in the form of soft bed, that pleasure will run towards us. That's the internal reason of Prahlad, Lord Narsimha Dev appearance is what? To give pleasure to his devotee. This is amazing quality of the Lord. Even though Lord seeks enjoyment.
Card number 4253. 4 number 4253.
4253, I think please remove from the pathway. So maybe that Mataji can guide. 4253. Okay. So that's why Prabhupada said we must cooperate with Krishna. We must cooperate with Krishna to get pleasure. So just like Prabhupada gives this wonderful example, Yathataro Mula Nishechanena Kripyanti Tatskanda Bhujopasaka Pranopahara Yathendriyanam Sarvaranam Achyuteja. Just like watering the root, water will spread everywhere, giving the food to the stomach, body will become nourished just by giving pleasure to Krishna. What will happen? So bad. But we must cooperate with Krishna. When we cooperate with Krishna, what will happen? Krishna comes to give pleasure. Krishna is not a selfish Lord. Only I will enjoy, but I will not give any enjoyment to my devotees. Rather, when we try to give enjoyment to Krishna, Krishna also eager. When will I bring this, my devotee, back to me so that I can give him enjoyment? You know, this is what happened in the case of Vritrasur. Lord could not bear the separation from this Chitraketu. That's why Lord has arranged everything for Chitraketu so that he can take birth in Asura family and immediately come back. That's why Lord is a person. What is meant by person? He also plans for our progress in Krishna consciousness, but on condition. We cannot question, oh Krishna, why are you doing this thing in my life? You cannot question. If you are questioned, then Krishna will withdraw. Just like a tortoise withdraws his limbs, Krishna will also withdraw his plan, saying, "Arey, this devotee is not yet ready. Let Maya take care of him for some time. I will come later. So Krishna feels like that. So we have to cooperate with Krishna for getting pleasure. So this is what gopis have done. Similarly, this India, exactly gopis have done this thing. So Nijendriya sukha hetu kamera tatparya, Krishna sukha tatparya, gopi bhavavarya. So we experience a lusty desire when we are concerned about ourselves. But the mood of gopis is they are always worried about to give pleasure to Krishna. Then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is telling, Nijendriya sukha vacha nahi gopikar, Krishna sukha dite kare sangama vihar. Among the gopis there is not a pinch of desire for sense gratification. Why I am telling you, please see, their only desire is to give pleasure to Krishna. This is the reason. What is the reason? They don't have any other desire except to give desire, please Krishna. That is the reason Krishna came to mingle with them. It's a very big thing. Krishna came to mingle with them, performed rasa dance, just because they don't have any other desire except serving Krishna and pleasing Krishna. And Prahlad Maharaj also has same thing. That's why Lord Narsimha came from pillar. He was he's waiting in the pillar. When will Prahlad say, yes, my Lord is there? Can you imagine? Krishna is waiting to come out. And he came out just to give pleasure to Krishna. Give pleasure to Prahlad. So this is a simple formula which Prabhupada has given. Don't try to run after happiness. Don't try to seek happiness in this material world. The more you run, the more happiness will run away from us. The more we serve Krishna, more we take distress in serving Krishna, the more we are anxious about serving Krishna and giving him pleasure, what will happen? Happiness will come to us without even we asking. So that's why a devotee, he is very aram, he lives his life. So that's why the greatest wealth of a devotee is what? Krishna consciousness. We don't need any wealth. Golokera premadana hari nama sankirtana. The greatest wealth of Goloka Vrindavan, Lord Chaitanya has brought that wealth to this material world in the form of Sankirtan. And Prahlad Maharaj has demonstrated that. So Prahlad Maharaj is our hero. Who is our hero? Prahlad Maharaj. You see, when I am talking about hero, now this Pahalgam terror attack, our Indian army attacked, and then two special women, they are part of this Operation Sindoor. Everyone is glorifying them. Is it or not? Why they are glorifying? Because they performed some wonderful heroic activity. So everyone is attracted to them now. They are glorifying that. But what are we saying? You glorify Krishna. Why? Now Prahlad Maharaj is saying, Naivod Vijay Paraduratyaya Vaitaranyas Padvirya Gayana Mahamrutamagna Chitta Soche Tato Vimukacheta Saindriyata Maya Sukham Bhara Udvaha Vimudan. So what Prahlad Maharaj is telling, Narsimha, I am, wherever I am, I don't have any distress. Why? Wherever I am, what I can do? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Are you able to hear me? I think it may take some time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want, you can come little closer. Then it may save my little energy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Prahlad Maharaj is telling that Naivod Vijaya Paraduratyaya Vaitaranyas Tadvad Virya Gayana Mahamruta Magna Chitta. My consciousness is absorbed in what? In glorifying your heroic activities. Tvad Virya Gayana. Virya Gayana. Krishna has performed so many heroic activities. If you hear about Lord Narsimha, heroic activity. So, what happens? Prahlad is telling that while remembering your heroic activities, Magna Chitta, my consciousness is fixed. You see, that means, like I was remembering when I was hearing this incident, people are glorifying them, giving them so much glorification. I was thinking that if the tendency of glorifying someone, even performs a heroic activity, there is there. That's why Lord also comes to perform heroic activity, so that what will happen? We will glorify the heroic activities of Lord. And Prahlad Maharaj is telling, by glorifying heroic activities of the Lord, my chitta, my consciousness is fixed in the Lord. Is it not a wonderful thing? So now, but there's also other thing. If you are also glorifying someone independent of Krishna, what will happen? So two things I am telling, please hear carefully. So one thing is, we have an innate tendency or a tendency to glorify others and performs heroic activities. So that's why Krishna also comes to perform heroic activities, so that we can divert our attention to him. How the Supreme Lord wonderfully performs such a wonderful activities. The one demon who is not killed by anyone, Lord Narsimha killed effortlessly. Every day we sing this, right? Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shrungam Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tanu Brungam. Brunga means wasp. Just like any effort is taken in killing a wasp, small insect, nothing. So such a wonderful Lord, for him even killing an Hiranyakashipu is like killing an insect. So is it not heroic activity? Just like they were doing some activity. So we have an innate tendency to glorify heroic activities of the people. But we just have to dovetail that tendency to glorify what? The heroic activities of Supreme Lord, then the perfection will come. So now second thing, okay, now you may say that, Prabhu, is it not good to glorify them? Very good, we should glorify. But anything we do independent of connection with Krishna. What is the definition of Maya? What is the definition of Maya? What is the definition of Maya? That? That which makes us forget Krishna. Prabhu is telling that which is not. But that is that the definition of Maya? We should read nicely. This is one of the Chatushloki of Bhagavatam. Ruteyardam yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta atmani tad vidyad atmano maya eta bhasho eta tamaha. Every definition is there in our scripture. What is that Maya? When you see something, Riteyardam pratiyeta. When you see something disconnected from Krishna, what is that? It's called Maya. That means when we see, I am seeing one Prabhu, but I am not able to remember Krishna by seeing him. Why we will put tilak? Because so that other person sees us, remembers Krishna. When I am seeing this Prabhu, I am not remembering Krishna, rather I am offending him. That means what? I am disconnected from Krishna. You see, that is called Maya. So, Ruteyardam yat pratiyeta. So, when we are also glorifying certain heroic activities of a person, it's wonderful. But if we are not connected with Krishna in that glorification, then what will happen? That glorification will bind us. That will bring us back. Oh, you are appreciating heroic activity, that means you also want to be a hero. Okay, another life for you. So that you can become some hero. Okay, but now, how do we dovetail this propensity of glorifying others? How do we connect this act of glorifying heroic activities? Can anyone tell? How do we connect this glorification with respect to Krishna? Our Prabhu has answered nicely. Any other answer? See, Bhagavad Gita is something which we have to connect in our life. If we are not connecting Bhagavad Gita in our life, Bhagavad Gita remains like a physics book. You know physics book? You know how many of you studied physics? I hope everyone studied physics. Some of you not studied, some of you not raising hands. I don't know, maybe you have not studied physics. In physics I have learned so many laws. Electromagnetic law, buoyancy law, thermodynamics law, this law, that law, so many, gravitational law. What law? Ampere circuit theory. So, but when we are in distress, none of the laws will come to our rescue, and we don't even remember those laws at all. Only I am working in semiconductors, I only remember certain law. Electron gets attracted to the proton. Only that much, some things here and there will remember, but otherwise physics is disconnected from our life. If you are also reading Bhagavad Gita like that, what will happen? We will not remember Krishna. But for remembering Krishna, we have to connect Bhagavad Gita with our day-to-day life. It's such a wonderful thing. Hero is there, but how do we connect with that to Krishna? What is the ultimate rule? We have so many rules and regulations, but what is the ultimate rule? What is the ultimate rule?
To go back to Godhead.
No. Huh? Smartavyo satatam Vishnu vismartavyo na jatuchit sarve vidhi nishedhasyur etayor eva kinkaraha. All the rules and regulations are kinkara to this one rule. What is that one rule? Smartavyo satatam Vishnu vismartavyo na jatuchit. Always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. Now I am appreciating that hero, but I forgot Krishna. Does that mean what? I have failed in my service of the mind. Remembering Krishna, I forgot Krishna. Manmana bhava madbhakto. So how do we connect? Prabhu has given a wonderful answer, but simple. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Rasoham apsu kaunteya mi sesi shuryayo pranava sarva vedeshu shabdake paurusham nrishu. Who is giving the ability within the human being, the paurusha, that that power, that capacity to exhibit virya, vigor, strength. Who has given that? Krishna. Now can you imagine if you read that, if you hear that, if you connect this, that's it. What happened? Our day-to-day life has become an opportunity for us to connect with Krishna, and then we can become Krishna conscious, and then we can appreciate the Supreme Lord Krishna. Such a wonderful thing. Of course, Prabhupada said, don't watch TV, don't watch serial, don't watch Amazon, Netflix series, don't watch news. For some time, 5 minutes, we may get some news, that's it. We are not interested in 24/7 news. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, if modern material people can publish that many newspapers and go on speaking about the material world, can't we speak about the spiritual world forever? So that's it. We should not be interested in all such things. Rather, we should be interested in this, and we should read this and remember Krishna and perfect life. And then what will happen? Like Prahlad, who is our hero? That's what I started with. Prahlad is our hero. Even though we are appreciating them, but who is our hero? Prahlad. When death will come, they may not be able to face like Prahlad. Prahlad faced death, transcended death, and for him Lord has to come. Everyone will ask, can you show God? But we are telling you this story, that this pastime, that Lord will come for you. Why you want to see God? God wants to come and see you. This is our proposition. Our hero is Prahlad. Prabhu, how much time we have? It is 12:05. Another 5-10 minutes? Is fine? 15 minutes? Oh, very nice. Prabhu is so merciful. Yogesh Patil Prabhu is very merciful. He has given me opportunity another 15 minutes.
Skip by kids also.
That is 12:15.
So what I will do, I will take another 5-10 minutes. I will give 5 minutes for question and answer. And I will close in a minute. Okay? So our real hero is who? Prahlad Maharaj. So all the heroes of our life are there in Bhagavatam. We should be inspired them. Let's say we are inspired by someone in this world, but rather we should do immediately, we should connect with our Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then what will happen? The same incident can help us to become Krishna conscious. That's why we don't want to see anything. Stavara Jangama Deke Na Deke. Everything, whatever we see, we want to see Krishna everywhere. This is called Krishna consciousness. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha. It is not only for singing, we want to experience that. What is that we want to experience? Inside also Krishna, outside also Krishna. Wherever we see, only Krishna. This is called madness. This is called madness only. You are seeing something, but you are seeing only some other thing. Just like my eyes have become blind. I mean, some problem. Wherever I see, I am only seeing yellow color. Some problem with my eyes. But this is a good madness. What is the good madness? Transcendental madness is to see Krishna everywhere. So that means what? We see the living entity, energy, but we see energy in connection with Krishna. Such a wonderful thing. So Lord has appeared to give pleasure to Prahlad Maharaj. and Lord also appeared to fight. So this shows that Lord has a desire, but there is a difference between our desire and the Lord's desire. I am burning, my heart is burning with the desires for sense gratification. The root cause of my suffering is to desire to enjoy separately from Lord. That's why every day we sing Samsara Dava Lida Loka Pranaya Karunya Gana Gana Tvam. So we are singing Sansara Davanala. Where is the Sansara Davanala? The forest fire is happening within my heart. Because of what? Desire to enjoy, that is burning within my heart so intensely. Only one thing can protect the forest fire. Recently Los Angeles fire happened. Entire USA was in panic. They were doing so many things. Forest fire. Actually, we have not experienced the forest fire. We may take it so lightly. But forest fire, when it happened, I was thinking, oh, so dangerous. It was spreading. So in our heart also, from many lifetimes, the forest fire is spreading. Only thing is what? The clouds has to come and pour water. So similarly, Krishna sends his representatives to pour water on our heart in the form of giving his knowledge. When the knowledge of Krishna consciousness comes, what will happen? The desires will slowly, what will happen? They fade away. That's why we worship Prabhupada, spiritual master, because they give us knowledge. Of course, they give us beyond knowledge also, but one of the things they give us knowledge. So this is the thing Chaitanya, Lord Narsimha came for that reason. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also has two external reasons. His main reason was not to spread Sankirtana movement, but his main mission was to experience what Radharani experiences. You see, if I have to experience what Yogesh Prabhu is experiencing at this point of time, it is very difficult for me. I have to ask him, Prabhu, what are you experiencing? Are you in the class or not? Are you somewhere else? Are you hearing carefully? I don't know. No, it's from my childhood I heard that body present, mind absent. So this is like to experience what the other person. It may appear that other person is listening to us. Sorry, I'm not saying anything to you, but I'm just taking because I know the Prabhu's name. So what I was telling that it may appear that other person is listening to us, but is not listening to us. And sometimes you also experience, right? Especially Subhadra's mother, my wife, she tells me that I am absorbed in my work or something in my class or something. Subhadra comes and says that she tries to explain some story what she has learned from her mother. Sometimes her mother told me that you don't even put your ear to this, you are so absorbed there. So it may appear that I am hearing to her, but I am not hearing. So why I told this? Why I told this? So you see why I told this? Because I was telling about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why I was telling about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also has an internal reason. What is that reason? He came to experience what Radharani experiences in service to Krishna. What Radharani experiences mellow, what Radharani experiences happiness in service to Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna is not able to understand that. That's why he came to experience what Radharani experiences. But Lord is so powerful. He can take the mood and color of Radharani and come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and experiencing that. While he is experiencing that, what is the Gauna Karana? He is also sharing that. So Mula Karana is something different, but while experiencing that, he is also sharing what he is experiencing. That's why we have Antyalila about such a wonderful description about the Lord. So these are the internal. That's why Bhagavad Gita says, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattvatah tektva deham punarjanma naiti mameti Arjuna. So that's why the activities, appearance, disappearance of the Lord, they are all what? Divyam. They are actually mysterious. The activities of the Lord, it appears that Lord is doing something, but Lord is not doing that for that purpose. That Lord is an expert. He does something, but he also does something else, which is not visible. That's why what scriptures are doing a wonderful thing. All of you know Lord Narsimha pastime, but I will tell you something which you don't know. Which people who also prepare that devotional movies, serials on, they also don't know. Our scriptures, our acharyas are telling that the hidden secret of this appearance and activities of the Lord. That's why we have to read them. So you understand? So main reason is that. Of course, and Lord also does other things. So many things. That's why no one can understand Krishna completely. If someone says, I have completed Bhagavad Gita, I have completed Bhagavatam, I have completed Chaitanya Charitamrita, now I know complete about Krishna. I need not to attend any session now. That means what? After reading everything, I did not understand. Most important thing that I cannot understand Krishna completely. So that's why we can never be proud. We can never be puffed up. We can always be humble. So if that's why Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says Anantashesha is glorifying Krishna from time immemorial, not with one hood, with so many hoods. With so many hoods. But still the glorification of Krishna is not coming to an end. Now if we say like that, so that means can we imagine what is our situation? So, okay, now we discussed about this, but what do we have to pray today to Lord Narsimha? What is that best way we have to celebrate Lord Narsimha Chaturdashi today? That's the most important. Otherwise, done. Festival means, okay, after taking prasadam, going home, done means done. No. We should be conscious throughout the day what we need from Lord. Because today Lord is very merciful, right? Whatever you ask, He will give. But we should know what to ask. If we ask the wrong thing, then Lord will not give. Then on a birthday, someone's birthday. If I go to Yogesh Prabhu's birthday, our ISKCON also know. Happy Krishna conscious birthday, Prabhu feels so happy. And if we glorify, Prabhu will become more happy. So now what are we doing all across the world? In the entire universe? Today is appearance day of Lord. We are glorifying and Lord Narsimha will become more happy by hearing His own glories. So now when a king is more happy, whatever you go in front of the king and ask, what he will do? He'll give everything without looking. So if he asks something wonderful, what he will do? Take, today my special day, please take, please take. What is that we have to ask? Of course we don't know what to ask also. If opportunity is given to us, Dhanam Dehi, Janam Dehi, Sundaram Dehi, this, that. Of course, being in touch with ISKCON and Prabhupada's message, we know we should not ask them. But what we have to ask, Prahlad Maharaj has asked that. Actually, after entire episode, Lord Narsimha asked Prahlad, because I came and you have to ask something from me. So Prahlad said, I am not a businessman, I am not a merchant man, I have not performed devotional service to exchange something from you. Then Lord Narsimha says, what do you need then? Prahlad Maharaj says, Yadi dasasi me kaman varam stvam varadarshava kamanam hridya samroham bhavatastu rinevaram. Oh Lord Narsimha, if you want to give me some benediction, blessing, you give me this benediction. What is that benediction? Yadi dasasi me kaman. If you want to give something, I am not forcing you to give something, but since you desire to give something and if you want to give something, you see how Prahlad is asking. If you want to give something, it's your wish. I am not asking anything. I am satisfied. Tadvirya gayana mahamrita magna chitta. But if you want to give something, because you are asking, you give me something. Yadi dasyasi me kaman varamstvam varadarshava kamanam hridyasam roham bhavatastu vrinevaram. Actually, my heart is filled with all material desires. If you so desire, make my heart free from all material desires. So now, in this day, we can introspect what all material desires we have, how long we have been in this material world because of these desires and suffering. Intense heart is burning with forest fire. So this is the day to ask Krishna, Yadi dasasi me kaman varamstam vardashava kamanam hridya asamroham bhavatastu vrinevaram. Such a wonderful thing. Prahlad asked. So we can also pray to Lord Narsimha today that you please free my heart from all kind of material desires. You keep me in that association of those devotees where my material desires goes away forever and my heart is filled with spiritual desire. What kind of spiritual desire? That also we know from Rudrasur. That nanaka prishtam, nachapara mesnyam, na sarvabhaumam, na rasadhipatyam, na yoga siddhir, apunar bhavam va samanjasatva virhaya kankshi. I don't want to become a king of the earthly planet, upper planet, rasatala, patala, dhruvaloka, nothing. I don't want a prime minister post. People are hankering for it. I don't want any kind of thing, but I only need one thing. Virahya Kanksha, to develop the feelings of loving separation from you. So this is what. So we have to be conscious of the Lord at every moment of our life. This is a practice. We cannot be conscious at every moment now in our state, but we can practice to be conscious by connecting. So we have to read scriptures not like physics, by connecting with our life, with our happenings in the society, and then remember Krishna, and we have to pray to Krishna like this. Then we also can say that I am a Gopi Bhartu Padakamalayur Dasa Dasanu Dasa, because Gopi's only mood is to serve Krishna, they don't have any other material desire. Then that is the purpose of this festival. Festival is to remind ourselves the glories of the Lord, my relationship with the Lord, what is that I want from the Lord. And specifically in Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, when we see Lord Narsimha, we don't see Lord Narsimha. We see Krishna appearing as Lord Narsimha. And we don't pray to Lord Narsimha for removing difficulties. We pray to Lord Narsimha for removing not material difficulties, but removing difficulties in approaching Radha and Krishna. Because it's not an easy thing. Mind is giving so many troubles, society is giving so many troubles. It's not an easy. So that's why we worship Lord Narsimha. Of course, there is also another reason why do we sing Narsimha Arati every day in our ISKCON temples, because there was a time in Mayapur when ISKCON Mayapur was under construction. So many thieves, like the Muslims, they were attacking our temple, throwing bombs. You know, His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Maharaj, he lost his leg in that fight. They were even trying to steal Radha Madhav also, like that. That time when Prabhupada came to know, and Prabhupada said, now you please start Narsimha Arati. So from that time onwards we are singing, because Lord Narsimha removes the difficulties in preaching. That's why all over the world ISKCON is growing. Like we have almost more than 800 temples, we have more than 5,000 centers. ISKCON is growing, and this has to grow to save the people. But there will also be dangers while preaching. In the preaching mission there are dangers. So Lord Narsimha removed those dangers, and also in our personal life to go towards Radha and Krishna, to the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna, Lord Narsimha removes the difficulties. Okay, in summary, today we discussed about the internal reasons of the Lord. The Lord's form is wonderful. There are so many things to discuss about Lord Narsimha which we could not discuss today. Internal reasons of the Lord, external reasons of Lord appearance, and what we have to pray, and how to connect everything with Krishna. And the love means what? To serve only without any other diversion. Unalloyed love means only to fix our consciousness in Krishna. So this is our an aspiration. So today is a day we can remind ourselves, those of us are practicing from long time or for some time, long way to go. And this festival is a way of reminding ourselves that what is our goal, where do we want to go. This festival reminds us. Also, of course, during this festival we want to bring many new people, so that they can also hear the glories of Lord, and they can also be attracted to the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Already I think crossed. Maybe only one or two questions we'll take. Festival is like that. What to do? I tried to cut short everything so much. See, like many festivals, Many festivals we see, schedule goes 1 hour, 2 hours beyond. But here only another 5-10 minutes only. Any questions or comments? Yes, Prabhu has.